how do I say this without sounding like a gossip queen or something? There's power outs that can influence outside of just, the like mandated power or like um, when this word traitor gets thrown into the mix-up, maybe both parties don't have an interest in like in fighting. I don't think it originated from Trump unless he was exploited by some vantage outside of his sphere of like power. Like maybe the media, if you associate the media with the CIA, they want to see the difference between a Marjorie Taylor Greene supporter and Donald Trump supporter, because they're looking at the possible rift in the right as being like because if there was going to be a civil war, it's not going to be between the right and the left. It's going to be between the right and the other right. Like, it's a Venn diagram, but then, and that's in peacetime. What is it? And the thing is, like, she said, going into an election cycle, people are not who you elected. They're not really representing the voters as much as they're just being careful and positioning themselves. And it's like, so we get politicians for 2 years, and then for the other 2 years, they're just working for their own interests and not the people in this positioning, jockeying, whatever you want to call it. So because that word traitor got thrown around, that changed the dynamic of their relationship. Like, she was like an emissary or something. Like she was the most stout supporter or something. Like, they say all the time she had his back. Anyway, do you really think that Trump said that she's a traitor, or do you think that it got queued up in a way and positioned, and like maybe because of some disagreements or something, then intelligence can get in there and and it's not to like destroy the government. It's to set up a litmus test to analyze the different types of people on the right who might side with going further right than conservatism. Like, I wouldn't even say conservatism is right. It's on the right. The right is like something like libertarianism or something, like Ron Paul. Like people, Ron Paul is not like we consider like far right. So is it just there isn't there? It's just like the way that I'm talking right now, saying far right. Like, they have to invent that. It's like, what about the fucking Venn diagram? There's no far right on the Venn diagram. Why can't you just stick to that? That's a methodology anyways, about all the different platform, like they platform different issues and different priority, and it's like these PR firms are a trip, because like they are always the ones that nitpick over the usage of words so much to that they want to have the effect that there's like they're trying to cultivate it, and then they're conscious of the Overton window. Like, you made yourselves conscious of the Overton window because they have an issue with satire to the degree that they made us pay for the FCC, which is a Federal Communications, something like, I don't know, it's a court, the Communications Commission or something, I don't know what. Anyway, and they hold deliberation over when satire or what satire is being used, like, because it is a form of propaganda. Like, it's different than propaganda, because in propaganda you're like light pilling, you know, like you're like, or you're dark pilling, you're like black pilling, or and like to and it brings about the necessity to, or necessitates reverse propaganda, but then it's also on the same frequency in some regard. Like, it could be right or it could be wrong, but it could be on the same, it's just the same frequency. It's like, no, you're not right. I mean, I'm not wrong, right? I mean, I'm right. Like, no, you're wrong. Like, no, you're wrong. Like, and satire is a funny way of letting people identify with what you don't like, with pain or something, or something. It's kind of like pain, not really pain, like what you're, you know, having to deal with or suffer with or whatever through, right? And then you do it in a funny way. That's satire, right? Well, if someone has to pay for the thought process to fucking identifying if it's satire or if you're being trolled or something, and it's a court, it's like, it's gonna be you. It's gonna come out of your pocket, because they still feel like they can controvert or like dispel whatever the intention of satire is in the making of it. Like, it's still like this. So the Overton window, no, it's satire is between propaganda and the Overton window that PR firms that are like obsessed over the usage of words, like down to science, down to like, you know, they gotta get out in front of us. And similar to derelict old, like maybe crazy people walking around the street, they also talk to themselves when they're crazy walking around on the street, you think, you know, they're talking to themselves. But when they're like a media conglomeration, you don't think that they're saying, okay, we're going to bring this up and you're going to respond to this. So, and then someone else is going to come in and they're going to have a whole bunch of, they're just going to, you know, information dump on, by the way, like, this is a natural conversation. I'm not talking to myself. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can't, if it gets on that we're talking to ourselves, we're kids. But there's the same fucking thing. Anyways, what was this about? Fucking, I forget why I started the video. So that's the purpose, is probably to start making a video to forget something.